Cognitive dissonance. It's an epidemic of cognitive dissonance. It's like that, and that's the way it is, says Run DMC. Cognitive dissonance is astounding to me. So many people, damn near everybody, there are still people who say the C word too, Kimberly T. Rails, and they don't know what you're talking about. Huh? Or is that the download and they just are unable to acknowledge it? And the AI computer running their brain says, no, you don't know that. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Give me a break. They put all these hospice care centers in here not that long ago. Kind of about 4 or 5 years into the spray program. The aerosol spraying, the perfectly normal aerosol spraying that's, for weather modification, in order just to find out if we can control the weather. Not that there's anything we need to do with it, but we can stop a big storm from wreaking havoc on an area if we could control the weather. Wouldn't that be swell? That'd be great, huh? And as we've made sure that we can control this weather, we've just had to add some more, one after another of the hospice care centers. It's perfectly normal and makes a lot of sense because it's the aging populace right now is it's aging quite quickly. Boy, it must be a time shift thing, and time is speeding up, and that's why everybody's aging faster. With the white hair, silver hair epidemic affecting people down into their 20s. I'm sure. I've seen it. I'm watching it happen before my eyes. My grandpa was like 67 years old before I saw a single gray hair on his head or his beard. He's like 90 now. Damn near. I think he is 90. I was up at his house for Christmas. Just make sure I get to see him, But nowadays, white hair is normal in your 30s, and it's completely expected to be pretty much all white by your 40s, and your 50s, forget about it. You got a big white beard if you're a guy, you got all white hair unless you dye it with those poisonous dyes that don't sink into your skin or do any harm or anything, ladies. I'm sure it's all real good for you to soak that stuff in your scalp. It's terrible. And underarm deodorant too is like, hello, go ahead and stink. I don't care. I'd rather you smell some than, if you smell that bad, then you're gonna have to eat some cornstarch or something. That will neutralize it. Cornstarch and baking soda, and it won't kill you. In fact, it will probably detoxify your glands. Just, you'd think, given the nature of the two things. But I digress. Cognitive dissonance. Looky there. There's some right there, flying directly over us. Hi, I'm cognitive dissonance. Pay no attention to me. Everything's perfectly fine. Don't listen to those conspiracy theorists who think that persistent heavy contrails are anything but that, because they're perfectly normal and to be expected, you see. Hi, I'm cognitive dissonance, and I approve this message. Well, that's swell, cognitive dissonance. Thank you for assuring all the good people of the world who might happen to watch this video that everything's perfectly normal. If it's happening, it's perfectly normal, and we should just accept it. Which makes me wonder why we have police or military or laws in the first place if there's nothing anybody can do about anything until after the fact anyways, and, everyone pretty much knows the police don't do jack squat except respond to things. They can't stop a crime. They can only come there afterwards or commit one. They could do that too. You never know. It's a scary, crazy world where all kinds of people doing things for their own personal reasons would want to get into positions of authority, you see. And I'm sure that, a lot of those people tend to have narcissistic traits. That is, people who desire to get into positions of authority, and they find themselves working in, government positions quite often, I would imagine, I'm just guessing, spitballing here, thinking about it as I'm driving along, that they would probably gravitate to those types of positions. You know, sergeants and chiefs of police and whatnot. Probably gain rank too, because narcissists tend to like rank and file systems where they know, they know they're going to get shit on some by their superiors, but that's okay because they get a shit on those below them, so it all averages out the way they understand. It makes a lot of sense for them, apparently, for things to be that way. Who knows the mind of a narcissist? It's insane. But I digress. What the hell was I? Oh, cognitive dissonance. Now there's some cognitive dissonance right there, probably being provided by narcissists who've got great jobs making money, making lots of good money from the government with their contracts. Now that I got my pilot's license, I'm making the big bucks, flying over your houses all day long. Boy, it sure is great having a government contract and getting paid the big bucks to do some important work on controlling the weather. Yep, someday we'll figure out how to control the weather and we'll find a cure for cancer all at the same time, and that'll be a wonderful day for America, the greatest country in the history of the universe. God bless. Carry on.